welcome to another episode of DioTalk. I'm Dio. Let's talk. My guest today is very, very, very talented. Let's give a warm welcome to Valeiron. Welcome to the show, bro. How you doing?
Very good, man. Thank you for having me here. It really means a lot when you invited me to the show. So, I wanted to do something like this for a while because this is I've always wanted to be on a podcast. So.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. I could after this, I could connect you with a couple of people and get the ball rolling. Definitely. So you have a single out, right? Which is called, I'll tell you right now, because you got like 3 songs out, right?
I do, yeah, 3.
It's Breathe.
Yeah.
Which is fucking dope.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I definitely I enjoyed it. I think I started following you on Spotify now as well. Okay. To keep me updated with your music. Is that song? Did you write it?
Yeah, I wrote it myself.
Nice. So you also write your music?
Yeah. Every song I've ever sang, I write it. So the only thing is, the beats. You gotta look for those.
Yeah. Well, that's a story in itself, right?
Yeah, exactly. Jesus.
So talk to me about the song. What inspired you to write Breathe?
So it's funny because I'm actually in a healthy relationship, which is ironic, to the song. So, but the song itself is just, I place myself in an alternate position where I would be like lost without, my fiance, or whatever. Yeah. So I would tell myself, that's literally how I started the song. It's where I started writing the song, and once I heard the beat itself, I was like, oh, this has to be a smooth R&B melody type of thing or whatever. Yes. I knew that it had to be something like the way that it went. But I just kept telling myself, it's obviously I love my fiance, so yes. So, but this song, it doesn't seem like a love song. It seems like me being upset. So, and then I just love I'm always heavily influenced by the 90s. So I love how they when they make music, they exaggerate a certain thing. Yeah. And I can relate to that so well because, I'm Dominican. So
que lo que, me too.
Yeah, tú sabes la cosa, papi. No, but
aquí, allá.
No, but Dominican music is super exaggerated when it comes to their music. Sin tigo me puedo morir. I'm just okay. Damn, everybody's like this. Okay, you're gonna die, all right. So that's a heavy influence in how I write too. So this was the song. Is when I didn't want to say I'm gonna die, but it's to that point. I wanted to say the in between, where it's as if I can't breathe without you.
You're suffocating without that person.
Yeah. It's almost. I'm trying to place myself in a position where I'm trying to win her back, and I'm trying to let her know that, how much you mean to me, and without you, I literally can't breathe and everything. So.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. I love the fact that you mentioned you're influenced by the 90s R&B. We don't have that anymore.
No,
you used to have motherfuckers grab the air and do all this thing. They don't do that no more. They don't build music like that no more. I miss that. Yeah. That's dope. Do you once you get inspired, does it take you a while to write a song, or just once it clicks, that's it? And less than 30 minutes is done.
Right. So it actually, for me, it could go both ways. Where Breathe, I wrote it within the same day. That took me 20 minutes to write. But when I have another song Without You, that took me a couple of days. It always varies based on how I feel at the moment, or if I get distracted or whatever, because we're human and I can't control it.
Yeah. No, it's I can imagine. You gotta if you lose your train of thought, you have to find something that gets you back there.
Yeah.
And it can be very frustrating and tedious.
Yes, very. Oh my God. There's so many times where I lose my train of thought, and then I'm sitting there, I'm trying to find it, but I just can't. So but it's good because sometimes you do have to like fall back in those situations, because if you stay there, then all you're gonna do is just fry your brain.
Yes, yes, you're forcing something.
Yeah, you're gonna mold a huge wall, and then now you just have nowhere to go, rather than taking a step back and trying to go around the situation.
Yeah, yeah. Also, you could say once you get that breather and that step back, you can like retrace your steps and start reading and like maybe this don't make sense. Maybe I put this, like so.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, but it's like after a while, like because I've written a couple of songs right now, and I'm getting used to like a rhythm when it comes to me writing. So like I kind of have an idea of where I want to go and how I want to do things and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're slowly falling in place and finding your own sound.
Yeah, exactly.
And like that's good because you can sing, obviously, because you can sing your ass off, but also you have this writing talent, and where that you can write songs for people as well and make money. So you're never closing your door in music.
Yeah, definitely. I always have that in mind, when it comes to that. And like I'm probably gonna start doing that eventually, because I love, more than anything, is just me sitting there writing the music.
Yes.
So I like, if you see my notebook, I have like so many songs that are that aren't finished, or like they're finished, I just haven't recorded them and stuff like that. They're just there.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, but yeah, in terms of that, I would love to eventually at some point in the future is just like start selling my music, and then like it'll be crazy to hear somebody else sing something I wrote. That would be a nice experience.
Fuck that, you sing it. Fuck that. Let them.
I'm gonna sing a good majority of my stuff.
Let them sing your music, yo. Let them sing your music.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. At first, I was against it 100%. I was like, nah, it's just gonna be me. I don't care. Nobody's touching my stuff. Yeah. But then I was like, you never know. Like, and then like I see so many celebrities today that what's it called? There was one song. It's random. It's I forgot what the song was, but it was Trey Songz who sang it, and I love that song. And then I just saw like on Instagram, Charlie Puth talking. He's like, "Hey, you guys know that song? I wrote that song." I was like, "Oh, fuck, like that's insane!" Like I would never think that, So
yeah, like, there's sometimes you write stuff and it's like it's not for you.
Yeah,
you exactly. But you know who you're writing it for, and they perform it, to our next level.
Yeah.
Which is never bad,
No, that's not, because like I feel like, me personally, I'm very love oriented and all that stuff. When it comes to the I guess the sexy side, I feel like I could write that, but I don't know if I could like perform it myself. You know what I mean? Bro, I mean, I don't know. Like, you never know,
get yourself a 6-pack or 9-pack, and that'll be a different story, bro. I swear to God.
Like, I'm working on that right now.
That'll be a different story. You'll be singing it, and people would think you're humping the beat. So like,
that's what I'm saying. Like the way they do stuff like that, it's just like oh shit. Oh man.
At what age did you like start? You realize you can write, like you had a passion in it.
Right. So I would say I'm 28 now. So I would say around 18. Yes. I used to kind of write for somebody before, and then but like as I kept doing it, I started realizing I was like, I really like it. It brings me to a place where I never knew existed and stuff like that. So like it's almost like when somebody could read a book and then they can transition themselves into that world when they're reading it. That's how I feel when I write things out. So
you're very good at details. To be a good songwriter and to write a good book, the more details it your imagination starts to create.
Right. Yeah, I do love that. That's one of the things I love the most, is the idea of of a story being told, rather than just I say I love you, but I don't say why or like how I feel around it. I just say I love you, and that's
Yeah,
it.
or just give it a cheap hook.
Yeah,
The words
exactly.
don't mean anything. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, no, I can never do that. I feel like that would like hurt my soul.
Yeah, no shit.
It's weird.
I can imagine. What like who inspires you? Like what music do you listen to that like it gets you like scratching your heads like I got an idea for this song.
Okay, so for me currently, like one of my favorite singers of all time is Brian McKnight.
Oh,
yeah,
I feel that. I feel that.
Man, I listen to that man every day, and I'm still listening to him. I'm like, yo, how did you think about that? It's just like Jesus Christ.
What's your one of your favorite songs of
Oh
him?
man. I mean, I feel like I love Back to One mainly because
that's very good.
That's
song.
like one of the easiest songs I could sing for his range, because everything else is just like Jesus Christ. Now, but like besides that, it's another song he has. It's called Still, and I love that song for so. Like every time I listen to it, like it's mainly like a high range, but it's just the way he sang that song because he has so much skill within his voice and everything. I just love that song.
Wow, Brian McKnight, shit. I'm surprised. Not a lot of people can say Brian McKnight. But then again, like
I still believe I can. So
yeah,
I try.
But not even a lot of people know who he is. Like we're in like in 2022. The only thing they listen to is fucking rap.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't understand what they're saying. Sometimes you can. Like pop music. I'm a consumer, but I'm very critical about the music I select to hear. I'm a person I like to hear. I can't listen to rap. Like that's a young man's game. Like I'm getting too old for that shit.
Yeah. No, yeah, I definitely get that. It's what's it called? I don't listen to like the modern rap of today. I mean, I still do love the classic rap, like early 2000s, and then going back from there. But I mean, yeah, I'm hardcore R&B. That's like, I can't even. Nobody gives me like the aux because I'm gonna play some R&B. And I get it. It's weird. Like I could be in a car full of guys and I'm gonna play Brian McKnight. You know what I mean? So I get that. I get why you wouldn't want me to do it.
Yeah.
So then it's kind of funny when like if I'm in my car, somebody who doesn't really like know me that well, like they would tell me to do the aux, and I'm looking at them like I don't think you want to. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just like me. I love R&B. I'll listen to it every day. Like there's no reason I don't have any reason not to listen to it. Like I just got home and I was listening to it on the way home. It's just my 100%. That's my influence. That's all I listen to. I even learned how to sing by listening to R&B.
Yeah.
I just try to follow the way they go and everything. And
they're breathing and whatnot. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, that's normal. I used to play. I remember back in the day when in my single days, like I used to play UFC 3 while listening to R&B.
Okay.
So while I was jabbing, I would hit the counter punch. I was hitting the high note. But the difference between you and me, I can't say for shit.
I feel like because around the time that I started writing was also the time that I started singing as well. So that time, I told myself like, there's no I remember on that Christmas of that year. My family used to have these competitions or whatever. So it was me and my brother, we were going up for the talent and he was going to rap because he raps now or whatever. But, and, I had no intention of singing, but I said, I'll try to sing this because I was getting into it. But then I stood there and I told my aunt this story recently and she couldn't believe it because I stood there and there was a song by, what's it called? Jamie Foxx and Drake. And they were saying, my brother was rapping Drake's part, and then I was doing Jamie Foxx. And then the second I came out with the first note, I was like, right there, my aunt started exploding in laughter. Like, that's a Spanish. Like, She was going crazy because she couldn't like, it's a joke. Everybody was seeing it as a joke or whatever at the time. I mean, luckily I didn't let that crush me. So
yeah, that could be traumatizing.
Yeah, but I tell her now, and she's like, "What? I will never laugh at that. You crazy?" Okay, whatever. But
how long have you been doing this?
Okay, so the crazy thing about this is, I've been singing for almost 10 years now, right? So before that, like I literally started writing, like really taking my writing serious and like actually recording. I started at the beginning of last year. That's when I started doing everything. Yeah, so like the moment January hit of last year, I started writing so many songs. I came out with my first single at that time. That was Without You. I think it was in March. And then, yeah, I did that. And after that, I fell in love with just being in a studio. I love the idea of recording and like listening to myself and knowing that I created something like this, so I wanted to keep doing it. And I mean, I've been doing it ever since, and I love it, man. It's like there's no reason for me to stop to do it,
Yeah. What's one of your goals? Like, do you want to get signed? Want to make an album? Stay independent? Like,
I mean, I would love to stay independent. Like I'd love to build my own brand, and just to be recognized, and so that people can have the availability to listen to my music. Because I know that, like, generally when I write these things, I keep telling myself, it's like, I feel like people can relate to this, because everybody's been in love at some point, or everybody's had their heart broken, so like that's currently what I work around. And I know there's also different branches of love. There isn't just love and heartbreak and that's it. There's the in-betweens that, like that's why I love the 90s. The 90s talks about the in-betweens when it comes to being in love and stuff like that, Like there's a guy, Donald Jones, he has a song about, just he's telling his girl that, he has a lot of lust and he just needs to break it off with her, because he doesn't want to like cheat on her or anything like that. Like nobody would ever think about talking like that, stuff like that. Or Usher, the king of talking about cheating, he's just cheating. But yeah, it's because of that. It's because nobody ever thought about writing about stuff like that he became who he is today, and I want to eventually hit something like that,
Yeah, especially in this modern age that we only talk about fucking and bitches and drugs and guns. God. I remember growing up, like they used to rap about selling drugs, but it's like that's what they needed to do to survive.
Right.
Now they just do it as a trend.
Yeah, like, exactly.
It lost its significance, its value,
It could be some kid who grew up decent, but then for some reason they enforce him to talk about all the drugs and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the main reasons why I can't listen to rap now, because generally it stays the same. They could change the flow or everything, but it's generally talking about the same thing eventually.
Yes.
I mean, like I'm not degrading it. It is what it is. It's big for a reason.
No, just keep it real. You got to keep it real. There's a lot of old heads that like don't look at themselves in the mirror and be like, "Yo, I'm 50 years old and my pants are still under my ass." Like at some point you got to grow up.
Yeah. I mean, it also depends on the area, and some people still do that. So.
Yeah, but that's growth. The further you're willing to go to grow as a person,
right?
It's how much you need. Like if you're not willing to grow, then nothing around you is gonna grow, and you're gonna be stuck in the same hole.
Yeah.
And me personally, I'd be damned to be stuck in a fucking hole. I climb my ass out of there.
Yeah,
that's how you got to be.
Yeah, seriously. Before I started writing music, I felt like I was in that position, especially with my last job. I just felt like I didn't want to be stuck there, but I felt like I was, and I felt like music helped me, come out of that situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ever since I started writing music, I feel like my ideas have expanded in terms of what I want to do with myself. You know, like because you know, I used to work as an EMT in the FDNY.
Oh, you an EMT, bro?
I was past.
Hey, I was an EMT too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, almost 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
12 years ago. Yeah. I
Yeah,
worked. I graduated. I lived in Puerto Rico. I graduated. I think I worked 1 year, and I came to this fucking state, and my license was invalid. So I had to. They were telling me I had to go back to school, and I was like,
yeah,
"Fuck that! Let me do something different."
yeah, exactly. It's kind of similar because I was in. You know, I was still when I moved here. I was still working over there, and like just paying that toll was killing me. So I wanted to transfer here, but then they're telling me I have to like pay for the state test here. I was like, it's all the same thing. It doesn't matter. I know what I know, but I don't know. One thing led to another, and it just took me out of that. And now I work as a mailman.
No, that's not a bad job. That's
no,
not
yeah,
bad. It's still a government job.
Yeah,
I mean, it ain't bad.
Yeah, it's
no, but I I feel you. I feel you. Now I can understand, you know, why you have so much life and love in your songs, because like, you know, being an EMT is dark.
Oh yeah,
it's dark. You want to hear the darkest jokes? Just hang out with some EMT people.
Seriously, during the process.
During the process.
Yeah, oh my god, so many paramedics are like relentless with the jokes and stuff like that.
And they don't, not enough get validation.
Oh yeah, definitely
not enough get validation.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things that I like that I had never liked within the FDNY is how like you know, it's such a huge name, but like nobody really cares about the EMTs as much as they do the firemen.
Yeah, word.
I thought that was insane, man. Like, it's like you can see in the commercials, like even in Jersey, like their commercials here, they put out the commercials for EMTs, you know. But in New York, they never did anything like that. They're like the whole pandemic, you know, I was a part of the pandemic, you know, I got the whole COVID thing because of that and everything, just dealing with patient after patient.
Yeah.
You know, everybody had COVID and I got it eventually. And I see on TV, it's like, oh, we want to thank the first responders, police, nurses.
And you're like, thank me, motherfucker, thank me.
Exactly.
Right? Shit.
Meanwhile, I'm sick in the house watching this. I'm like, okay.
No, the EMTs are very undervalued. Yeah. In Puerto Rico, like the lazy ones, they used to say recoge camilla. You know, they're only good to push that moving table they have. Like, it's unfortunate we live in a society like that, you know. But you know, I'm glad you got out of that and you're you know, focusing on your passion and on your dream. Shit, it ain't gonna be easy, but like, you know, you come think of it, you know, you had a dead end job and it's fucking miserable. Dealing with fake ass people, like, you know, you're either gonna go after it or you're gonna fucking just blow your head out.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, man. That's why like I would highly influence anybody. Like if you love something, you love to do something, you gotta keep going at it, because that's really what could save your life, you know. Like this like because even in that situation, like where I was, you know, I felt very depressed in some ways and everything, but you know, music, it really helps me, you know, just be better.
Yeah, decompress, think, analyze.
Everything, man. It's so much better for me. I feel so much better every time I write. You know, especially like if I do have those feelings, if I do feel like I'm going towards that way, all I have to do is write music.
Yes,
you know? I literally, everything just comes out within that paper, and I feel so much better, especially because I sing it out, you know, and that's just my best term of expression. I mean, whatever anybody else loves, they, you know, if they could express themselves through that, then that's, you know, that's what you do as a person to make you feel better, you know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would definitely heal you throughout your life.
No, most definitely, music heals the soul.
Oh yeah.
Like it really does. You know, when I have my heart, my days are hard. You know, that's the first thing I go to for therapy.
Yeah.
You know.
Now I'm coming out with music, so I got you. Don't worry.
There you go. Shit. I'm tired of listening to this shit. Like, same shit. Like, have you ever seen that video of like T-Pain say like going down a rant? There's like you all sound the same. There's like a little baby
I
and
know
a
you're
big
talking
baby.
about
That's how I feel. Like I go like I go way back in years.
Yeah.
To like I like to listen to Johnny Cash, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, okay.
Fucking I go and fuck with some NSYNC, some Lil Cell, some Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. That's funny because as a kid, I always told myself it's like, oh, I don't like NSYNC because it's a boy band. I'm a boy. No, that's weird. But now I listen to them again. I'm like, yo, they have some hits, man.
Yeah,
like,
man. Shit.
Holy shit, man. I really like their music. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like 98 Degrees. Like I listen to anything and everything. Just I need something to fill my soul. That makes me think and analyze and it just helped me grow as a person.
Right.
And I need that. Like I desperately need that for me to evolve.
Yeah.
If I don't got that, ain't shit. Word up.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's that's I mean, hopefully like my music can reach out to people's like soul and everything. They could have a different type of feeling rather than the what comes out regularly now. Something the biggest thing that I want is for me to be able to create something different from what is happening currently, so that way it could stand out and people can actually listen to it, and when they do, just relate to it and they just feel at ease in some way. I mean, besides listening to the heartbreak ones,
Yeah.
They still feel at ease in some way,
Yeah, I think it's doable. I think it's definitely different. One of the things that made the 90s great was that it had flavor. Yeah. Everything, since the 2000 hit, like it's nothing. It's not that like that's why they always go back to like the 90s reference.
Yeah, definitely.
The 2000s kind of sucked, Yeah. Once the iPhone came out, that's it.
Yeah.
So I think we just got to get you out there.
Yeah, I would love to just be recognized by everybody, and hopefully everybody can listen to my music and what's to come in the future and all that stuff. Like, I just love doing this.
we need to get you. We need to get if you don't want to sign to a label, that's fine. Nobody's doing that shit. What we need to get you is a bank loan, so you can manage a good manager, so you can manage your dates and go on tour and manage your money and promotion. Get yourself 2 lawyers, not 1 but 2, because if one fucks up, you got the other one who keeps you accountable, right? Copyright your shit.
Oh yeah.
Save it and spend your money on promotion.
Yeah.
Fucking promote and shove it down their throats.
Yeah, man. Now, honestly, I do have because I have my fiance to thank for that when it comes to the promotions and stuff. Because
shout out to her then.
Yeah, man. Because she really helped. Like, I suck at social media stuff, man. Like, I've never been into it. Like, sometimes I just stare at it and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And that's why, I thank God that I have her. And, it wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for her, Yeah, she's actually like my acting manager now. So she like helps me like when it comes to booking, shows and stuff like that,
Listen, even for every man, there's always a strong woman. My wife does the same shit for me.
Yeah.
Does the same shit for me. So like, worship that, appreciate that, never take that shit for granted.
Yeah, I do every day.
You only need one person. You only need one person to believe in you and to support you to the end. And when the end comes, all you ever knew was that that's all you needed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Illy Crafts, from the one who created your shirt. So like she's fucking dope. Shout out to her. I saw her share a post of, I think it was a clip of you singing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, go support. And she's always supporting brand new people.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, what's up? I sent her a message, what's his page? I said there's something like, I'll bring it on my show.
Mm-hmm.
Let him talk. Let him, let's see what he got to say.
Yeah, man.
And we're here now.
Yeah. Once again, thank you for having me here. It's pretty cool. This is my first podcast, so it's different for me, But
It's just talking, man. You're not. This is it's very different than a lot of podcasts, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want to create a platform in where to have individuals like yourself just to come and talk about your passion.
Right.
Other podcasts are gonna have a whole fucking script. It's gonna feel like a job interview.
Yeah.
And
because they have everything
and like all you want to talk about is the love that you have of the craft you're doing,
right,
or the craft you're practicing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to hear you talk about that inspires so many people. Like, when this comes out and hear you talk about the process you go through and your writing,
Mm-hmm.
like that's all they're gonna think about.
Right.
That you were fucking miserable at this fucking job, and you found something that makes you feel alive.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing.
Definitely.
Right?
100% on that, man. It really is, what helps me be who I am today and what keeps me moving forward. I mean, aside from my fiance, of course,
Shout out to her.
Yeah, of course. Shout out.
Shit.
Yeah, it's like, aside from her, it's like, it is my music, and I mean, I love her for supporting me the way, she believed in me more than I believed in myself. So, the push that I needed was from her, and it continued, because what it was is that she literally just on the first Christmas we spent together, which was 2 years ago. We for Christmas she bought me studio time. That's what and then me nervous as hell because I never done anything like this before. I go there, and the first thing I ever did was I actually sang the cover for the Brian McKnight song, Back to One. And then after that, I was just like, oh my God, I love that. When I was standing there, I was like, I really love being here. And right after that, I started writing all my music and doing everything and leading me to where I am now. So, there's always a beginning somewhere.
You're whenever the date is, you're gonna marry an amazing woman. You're gonna marry and shit. That makes me want to fucking ride. That's the same. Like, listen, throughout the years, it's people change.
Yeah.
Right. And throughout the years, it's gonna get tough. But the tougher it gets, you have to become tough.
Yeah, definitely.
And a lot of us are scared of change rather than accept change.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're scared of change, you're forced into it. And that's not good.
Yeah.
But accept it, and so that when you have those hard days, you can remember those small moments. Because I tell you, man, sometimes we get all up in our heads and we tend to forget the people who were there for us.
Right.
And right now, in the near future, you're gonna marry a woman that gave you the opportunity to be sitting here and talk about your love and passion.
Right.
And if it never, God forbid, never works out, never forget that.
Oh yeah. Even if God forbid, if anything were to happen between us, I could never forget that she is the reason why I'm here today. you know, like why I'm pushed and motivated to do what I wanted to do. And like before I realized it myself that this was what I wanted to do, you know, she was the one that showed me that that's what it was.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've been married. I think I'm going on 8 years now.
Ooh,
you know, thank you. I've been doing time. No, but I'll tell you this: my wife is a pain in my ass. I'm not gonna say here bullshit my audience, but
come on,
I know that woman puts me in my place when I need to be put in my place.
Yeah,
especially when you're starting, right? You're not going to have a lot of support. You're not going to have a lot of followers. You're going to feel like shit, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
And those days, like the people who have made it don't tell you about those days. Mm-hmm. And those are the more important days because they define who you are as a person, as a man, define your character, define what kind of fight do you want to fight.
Right.
Do you want this like you want to breathe, or do you want it like, you know, I want a piece of cake, you know, I want to drink at the club. Mm-hmm. And prioritize your characters and your needs and your wants.
Right.
And you're gonna need that. You know, it's not easy. And you know, when I have my hard days and you know, I see fucking nobody has shared my shit, liked my shit, or like out of nowhere I get cancellation. I can have a whole month booked for the podcast, and people have canceled on me, right? Right as I'm about to press play.
Oh, really?
You know, and it's difficult.
Yeah, man.
And it's difficult because time is key. Mm-hmm. You know, and that SOB, she sits me down, she puts me in my place, you know. The only thing she's missing is like slap my face and like she keeps it real with me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, need to stop. You know, go sit your ass over there. Let me take over, you know.
Right.
Help you remember who we are as people and as men. So that's very important, man. That's very important.
Yeah, I feel like the best thing about her is the fact that she tells me things that I don't want to hear, you know, and it's those things that I actually need to work on in myself.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, as you know, like it just telling me, like she would tell me certain negative things, and then like, you know, as I'm dealing with them, like she would say them out loud. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just like I feel like I tell myself that there are moments where like I would write music and everything, and then I would tell myself like I felt like I'm not going anywhere, and then, you know, she just reminds me that, you know, as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, you know, regardless of how it looks now, you know, as long as you stay passionate within it, you know, it's gonna become something that you didn't expect it to become, you know.
Yes.
Even better than what you dreamt of it being, you know. And I feel like that it's so true because like just the way that I've been going, like when it comes to performances and stuff, like when I go to a performance, like in the performance, sometimes I would, like before I would even sing, I would tell myself, I was like, oh man, it's like what if this is my only time on stage, you know? And like, what if I can't find another performance or stuff like that? Or like another moment to be on stage or whatever. And then I go on stage, I sing, you know, I do what I want to do, but by the way that I do it, you know, the way that makes me feel, you know, like I'm meant to be there. And then once I come off stage, like I would even have people, like I've had people come up to me and tell me, it's like, oh, you know, that was great. Like, can you come to my show now? Mm-hmm. And then from then on, it keeps doing that. Now it's being repetitive, where like this Sunday I actually have a show, and then the woman,
congrats.
Before, thank you. And before I even do that, I haven't even done the show yet. And there's a woman that's gonna be in the event who hit me up and is like, hey, I saw you perform before. Can you do it? So now I have another show coming up next Sunday as well. Yeah, well, Saturday, excuse me. So, you know, that's like a Valentine's Day. It makes sense, right?
Yes. No, that's good, man. That's good. Listen, you know, you can't treat yourself. You can't take. I tell myself all the time, I can't take myself serious. You know, but there's certain things that you can do to create value as you as an entertainer, as a singer, as a person. You know, be respectful, have moral values. You know, I encourage everybody to be respectful, and if you are, then you'll notice the people who not, and the people who not, you start just pushing them away. You know, man. Enjoy, like, our stories have a start and an ending, right? So the purpose is really to enjoy the ride.
Right.
There's plenty of celebrities that like are fucking rich and famous, and just they stay wondering about the good old days.
Yeah.
So you're in a point of time that you're starting, but you're getting booked, and people just enjoyed all that shit respectfully.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
I love that. Just the idea that I have a show coming up or something like that. You know, I even love saying that. You know, it makes me feel good to know that I have such an opportunity. You know, and I thank them all the time for, you know, inviting me, for appreciating, you know, the music that I make and everything. And it just generally, it just feels, it's an overwhelming, like, good feeling, you know.
There's something finally, it's finally happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. It's like the way that it goes, it keeps me positive in terms of like where this is going, you know. It's like, you know, I'm not there yet, but I love the steps that I'm taking. You know, every step is leading me towards what I want to do in my life.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
It always makes, every time I do this, it always makes me feel like I'm one step closer.
Yes, yes.
I love that feeling.
No, and that's good because you're being mindful. You know, a lot of you're very talented. It's obviously you're artistic. You can write. You can do so many things. You know, there's always some people that come out randomly and try to talk to you in your ear and say how much you can do and whatnot. Like, you know, always stick your feet above the ground and take it step by step.
Yeah.
Don't fast forward to something that it might not be for you.
Yeah, exactly. You have to learn to understand something and learn that it is what you love to do, you know. And even if it's one small thing that you love to do, just really like own that craft and just work on it until you've mastered the hell out of it, until it's like, you know, it's like a second language. It just comes so fluent. You know?
No, you gotta treat that shit like a job.
No, yeah.
Because you can't, if you love something so much, like if you think about it, you love something so much, if you do more than when you're supposed to, you're just gonna overwhelm yourself.
Yeah.
And you're gonna exhaust yourself, and you're gonna be like, fuck this, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But if you treat it like a job, like a 9 to 5, and like, oh, it's time to go to work, clock in, boom, do what you gotta do, clock out, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, you that longevity of enjoyment will like be really impactful in your life.
Right.
So like, yeah.
Yes, I love that, the time that I give when it comes to making music, and it's good to like, I like the idea that I do work, because when I go to work, I'm there and I'm just like, I can't wait to go home and do music. Like that's all I want to do.
That's just that's just your job to pay your bills, and you're just doing your side job until your business goes up.
Exactly. That's literally all it is. It's paying my bills and it's paying for all the music time.
Yeah.
You know, eventually, hopefully, like the music is what supports all of that. That's my dream, man.
Yeah. It pays for itself.
Yeah, man.
Now, when you perform, like, do you like, have you able to overcome like the anxiety, the jitters, or you've never had that? You just go on and do your thing, and
no, it's when I go on stage, I'm always nervous. Every time I go on, every time I'm gonna go on, I'm always gonna be nervous. Even no matter how confident I may be getting there, it's the moment they call my name, like I feel like my heart drops. I'm like, God damn it! So I actually gotta go up there. But like the thing is, it's like the moment that I get on the stage, And it's like, it literally switches up my entire feeling. You know, it's like the moment I'm there and I'm holding the microphone, it reminds me how much I love doing this, you know, and like it just feels so great to be up there, to be able to talk to people and to know that I'm going to sing something that I created and these people are going to have an opportunity to listen, you know, whether you love it or hate it, just the fact that you heard it. And that makes me feel like such a great person automatically, you know.
And you've gone and performed your own songs, right?
Yeah. I've done a couple performances already where, you know, I just sing my own music, and I mean, actually, all my performances I sing my own music. So, um, yeah, I haven't really sang anything else. The only time I ever done that was when I used to be in college, and I was in the gospel choir there.
There you go,
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's kind of what gave me the push in terms of like really wanting to sing, really knowing that, oh, like I really do like singing, because that was the moment when I was on stage at that moment. And I was singing like, oh my God, nervous as hell. I didn't sing anywhere to how I do now, you know. So because this was years ago, I would say this was like 7 years ago, and I'm still questioning myself in terms of, you know, can I really sing, or like is this just for fun or whatever. So, but being there on stage and singing gospel music, especially gospel music, because that is so expressive. You got to really be in the song.
Yes.
My God, you just up there and you're really singing your heart out in that. And it's funny because I was in a group of it was 7 girls and then it was me. So like I thought that was funny. Like I'm the only guy, so I had to like really give out when it came to the male parts of the songs, you know, and like it's doing all of that really, like it showed me, it's like, oh shit, I really like this, like this is crazy. And then the most nerve-wracking was when they gave me a solo. Oh my God, I was about to faint on that stage. Like I was literally thinking to myself, I was like, I can't do it because my mother and my sister are literally right in front of me when I was doing it, and I was just staring at them. I was like, I can't do it. My sister's gonna make fun of me, so no, I'm not gonna fall. like I mean, in terms of like me fainting or whatever. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna give it my all, do the best I can. If you like it or not, I don't care. And then I went all out and started doing it. And then people came up to me afterwards. I'm thinking, I'm getting ready. It was like, oh, it was trash. Get out of here. You know what I mean? But they actually liked it. People actually liked the way I sang. I was surprised. I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, I'm not sure if you heard me or somebody else, but you know.
Was it that at that same age and time you realized you can sing?
I don't feel like I realized it yet that I could sing. I just felt like I really loved it. You know, it's more of over time when I just kept doing it, and then like as years went by, like people would tell me, like people would overhear me, and then they would tell me, I was like, oh, you can actually sing or whatever. And like, I'm looking at them, it's like, nah, yeah, exactly. Like, what are you talking about? Like I look back and I'm like, what are you talking about? But over time, I started feeling a little more confident by all the critiques that I was hearing. And
the good feedback.
Yeah. And then I just felt like I just said, you know, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna go for it. And I started singing like you know, to pick up girls to see what happens. You know what
I mean? You are some Chris Brown in his early years.
Yeah.
You're like, excuse me, miss.
Exactly. So I mean, just to say, it's out of curiosity or whatever. Learn to really release my full voice at the time or whatever. I was doing some other crap and I was like, what the hell am I doing? But you know, I really like, I grew more confident within my voice. I started understanding how to sing better than what I did yesterday. You know, every day. That's another thing. When it comes to me singing, I still sing every single day. You know, there's not one day that I'm not singing. Like my fiance, she's tired of me, you know, like she just wants to kick me of the house at this point. Like it's like I sing every single day, and because I love it, it's really that's when I realized it's my passion. It's like I'm doing this every single day,
Yeah.
It's like there's not one moment where I'm not thinking about it, and I just eventually like I'm looking at my phone, like you even like if I scroll down social media and stuff like that, you see like if it's not comedy, it's somebody singing, because that's just all I do. It's just I'm either laughing at something because I love to laugh, I love to, I have a strong sense of humor and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna laugh about to anything. If it's not that, it's somebody killing it on some music or something, and I'm just listening. I'm like, oh crap, and like my fiance looking at it, she looks at it like she sees me looking at it, and then she's like, oh, you don't look at me like that, you know what I mean? So I was like, no, this is different, okay?
It was like, I don't know this person. I know you.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is yeah.
So like, are you planning to drop a mixtape or EP? Like, is that something in the works soon? Like a whole body of work?
Right. Yes. I actually I finished up working on this on an EP. I'm planning to release it pretty soon. I'm gonna have it should be within the next couple weeks. I should have it released. Obviously I'm gonna let everybody know when I have it and everything, because that's gonna so I have 2 of the songs that I have released currently. They're gonna be a part of it, and then it's gonna be like I'm gonna have 5 songs on it. So it's 2 songs that people have already heard, if they hear my music and everything, and there's 3 other songs there that I haven't released yet. So I really hope that people, when they listen to it, because I want to give, obviously, I want people to hear something different. I don't want them to hear everything I released, what I mean? And then just goes back on that. So, I mean, obviously some, but then majority, the other 3 songs is just, I really feel like, because those 3 songs are different in terms of like what I have released out, like these 3 songs speak differently, so and I just hope everybody enjoys when it comes out.
I think they're definitely gonna do it. Yeah. February 14th, love.
Hey, I'm pushing for that, so it might be that day.
Shit. Was it? Is it? Do you have a name for the EP?
Yeah. So the name I have for it is called Typical Relations. Relations. Like, yeah, I named it that because I felt like it's just the way that everybody can relate to the music that I sing. It's very common in terms of like everybody's, like I said, everybody's gone through this at some point. So it's so typical, So that's what I feel like. Might be corny, but it is.
No, it's dope. I think it goes in sync with what you're doing. So like I think it's dope. When you first like completed a body of work, like the first song from that it was finished, who was the first person besides your fiance you showed?
Ooh. I'm gonna say my brother. Yeah, I showed because he's already like he knows music well, and I just told myself, like, who are people that I can trust in terms of honesty, like what they feel about the music and everything. And I already knew my fiance was gonna be 100% honest with what she felt. She would tell me if she hated it. I hope, but and then if it's not her, it's like I really feel like my brother, because like he's released music out, like he's done this part already, so he has an idea of what to hear in terms of the music, not just like you sing well. I was like, oh, it sounds nice, you sing well, like he actually hears everything, and he would tell me exactly what's if there's a situation, he would tell me what the problem is. So that's why I felt like he was the best person to listen to it right after her.
Got it. Was it somebody that like you showed that when they listened to it, they were surprised because they never saw you in that light before?
Oh yeah, my whole family.
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah, it's fucking. Got a whole Dominican family. Every time I played the music for them,
like, it's sort of
they just
bachata.
listen to. Oh my god, that's my grandmother.
It's like, it's sort of bachata.
Yeah, ¿cuándo va a cantar en español? And I'm like, come on, man. It's like I'm R&B.
Un perico ripiao.
And then I remember I let my grandma listen to it, and she's listening to it, and it's like, oh, suena bien. I'm saying, like, yeah, that's me. She's like,
pero no bachata.
She's like, wow, no. Like she just kept saying, no, that's not you. No.
What about your aunt that laughed at you that time?
Oh, no, she loved it. I'm telling you, like right after that, she loved it. And when I told her the story, she's like, "What? No, I would never laugh at you. Crazy? No. You hear how you sound? No, I don't think that, right?
Nah, they forget real quick.
Yeah, exactly. They always forget the bad things.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay. It's like, all right, you laughed at my future, but it's okay. Yeah. No, yeah, it's just like, and my mother, like as soon as she knew it was me, obviously because she's my mother, you know, she's like, no way, this is you. And as soon as I played, I was like, yeah, she's, oh my God. Like they were just very overwhelmed. It just with the idea that, you know, I'm going towards this path, you know, like, and I mean, for them, it's more like, I'm going down this path, but I still have a job. You know,
yeah.
You know, like if you lose our job, ya te jodiste.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they're gonna look at me. It's like, hey, stop singing. It's like you're not paying nothing. You don't pay bills.
Yeah.
It'll get there, and then don't worry about that. You know.
Yes.
But, you know, as long as I'm working, then keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Don't leave your day job.
Yeah, do it at night, you know.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, well, you know, you gotta love family. Spanish family is very critical with things.
Oh yeah, they're the first one to put you on blast.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Listen. If you can survive that, you can survive anything.
Sir, if you can survive, I have an aunt who's very strong. One of the strongest women I've ever known in my life. And she will tell you straight to your face what she feels, or like if you have a bad vibe, she would feel that and she won't talk to you. And you know automatically that you did something wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that the thing is with her is like she could be so forceful with things. But like if you really listen to her, like she is trying to teach you something.
Yeah, she's dropping some knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, she doesn't have to cause a bunch of depression, but she does it anyways. But like
emotional damage.
Exactly. But the thing is, like, if you don't know her as long as I have, you know, you're not gonna understand what she's really trying to tell you behind it. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
Like, I learned a lot from her, and it's she's strong, but and she's very bipolar, so it goes back and forth with her. But I still love her, you know. She's something.
When she sees that, she's like, "Who you talking about? Better not be talking about me."
Yeah, exactly. Oh, jeez, there's too many stories for that to go that way, you know.
That's another episode in itself.
Yeah, exactly. That's seriously, like, that's a stand-up in itself when it comes to her, because that's how she is. But yeah, I mean, overall, I always love my family. They've always been there for me growing up. So hopefully, I can pursue this dream of mine, and like that's my other big goal, is to be able to support them, so that they don't have to like struggle or anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like that vision alone it's another thing that keeps me going forward. Because I just want them to be happy. I want to go to their house one day and be like, hey, I paid off the mortgage, you know? It's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know? But it'll come. And like I keep telling myself, it's gonna come. It's gonna happen. Everything's gonna go the way you want it. Just gotta keep going. Never stop. There's no reason. I mean, every now and then, yeah, you can take a break, but at the end of it, you can't stop. You have to keep going when it comes to these things. You know, it's a matter of consistency and merit. You know, you got to show people what you're doing. You got to be able to have the ability to show what you can do, what you've mastered. You know, like once you go out there, and you know, like how I show my family, like that, I'm very, you know, at first they're very hesitant about it because they're like, okay, he doesn't want, but he's gonna let it go. Mm-hmm. But like they see that I'm consistent in it, and now, like, you know, they actually, like, they feel like they want to support me and everything throughout the process. I mean, my mother always supports me no matter what. You know, everybody else is like, you know, everybody else. Mm-hmm. But you know, eventually they start seeing, because of the determination that I put in behind everything that I do, they start seeing it's like, oh, you know, he's taking this serious.
Yeah.
So like they start listening to it, and then they start promoting me too in their own terms. Like I don't have to force it down them anymore. Like they realize it's like, oh, Lucky could actually go somewhere.
Yeah, they start accepting you.
You know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, that's everybody eventually. You know, it's never easy to really attain some random person's attention. You know.
Yeah. No, it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
For as long as you're being consistent, like you said, consistency is really key. You know,
yeah.
Because you know it doesn't matter if you do one day you do good or one day you do bad, or you know, in between. Keep being consistent. Mm-hmm. If you can do it for 365, what is it, 365 days a year,
right?
You could do it again.
Yeah,
and then and keep doing it again. Consistency is key for everything. Shit, I made my year doing the podcast July 4th. No, not July. I mean June. No, January 4th. That just passed.
Yeah. Okay.
Just you know, every recording, consistency.
Yeah, man. I know it's not easy to do something like that too.
No, but you know,
so I gotta give you props for, you know, having the show and everything. Like I know it's very hard. It's one thing to sing, but like to be, you know, like constantly in front of a camera and like, you know, just to be able to have an entertaining show. Like, you know, I've seen a couple of your videos and stuff like that. Thank you. It's like it like I was watching through the whole thing, you know, because I see that there's like a lot of authenticity when it comes to you having the conversation with these people and everything. You know, and you even had a Spanish one, so I was just like,
I'm trying to do more of those. I'm really trying to do more of those. It's just, you know, it's hard. You know, it's hard getting. They'll get there, but thank you for watching. By the way,
no, yeah, of course.
I just listen. I tell people all the time, if somebody watches this by any chance, I want them to learn two things about you. One, your music, learn about what you're doing, go support you. Two, to get to know you as a person.
Right.
Once they get to know you as a person, and there's people be like, yo, he thinks the way I think, or he dresses the way I think, or I gravitate towards him. Like, they're gonna support you. Little that you know, they're gonna start following you, subscribing you, looking for you.
Right.
You know, because in an hour or so, they got to get to know you. Mm-hmm. We don't do that nowadays. We got Tinder, we got Grindr, we got fucking texting. We don't know one another. We don't get to know one another. We lost that sense of responsibility and important.
Right.
Like when they see this, they're gonna see me saying everything I'm saying is dope because the music is dope. Mm-hmm. When I go search, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
So like baby steps and time. Just have fun with it. Keep enjoying yourself. Keep.
Oh yeah, that's
don't lose your smile.
Yeah, that's like one of the best things that could be said in terms of it is if you're not having fun, I feel like maybe that just isn't what you want to do. You know, if you don't find some form of enjoyment throughout the process. Like if you don't laugh or smile while you're creating, what you love to do, then it could be possibly that might not be it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's gonna be moments where you don't feel like you're up to it and stuff like that. I've had that plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do is remind myself how much I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not specifically what you're doing at that moment, it could be what it leads to, or what it was before it led to this point. Once you have those memories intact, you're always going to want to keep doing it because you have something to look forward to after.
Yes. It's the if you ever heard the story of the rose that grew through the crack of the concrete, right?
Oh yeah.
It's a lesson. It shows us
Mm-hmm.
that while we continue to stay in our comfort zone, we will never grow.
Yeah. 100%. I always trust when I listen. I like to listen to motivational quotes every day, like in the mornings, and that's one of the main ones that I've always stuck on to. And it's like it's funny because it was the first time I ever heard that. It was Terry Crews.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying something like that. He was stating like, it's like the moment that you're in your comfort zone is when you fail. You have to learn to be uncomfortable to learn something new, to learn to move forward.
Yes.
So because if you're in your comfort zone, there is no movement. You just trap yourself and you're just stuck there.
You're nice and cozy and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and there's no listen, I tell people all the time, I keep repeating this, like there's gonna come a point in time and where the only struggle you're gonna have is having too much money.
Let me get there.
It is, and then you're gonna be like, because I grew up with my grandparents,
right?
Like a bunch of older people, right? And then I worked at one point in my life. I worked at a senior citizens, right? And
okay,
they all talked about reminiscing about the good old days, and in fact, what they were missing was the struggle. That moment you feel alive, or you overcame something, or like you can't believe you just did that. Yeah. Right? Like you, who the first time started singing, you're like, fuck it, man. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, fuck it. I'm gonna do it regardless, right? That sense of living, we tend to have sometimes as people, we lose that. Right. That's why when people, I don't know if you notice, when people like stop learning or don't care to learn, they just become so fucking miserable.
Yeah.
So like.
There's a lot of people also that I feel like when they criticize themselves so much that it holds them back. I mean, I have those moments too sometimes, but like that's one of the hardest things, just to fight out of that. Just to like really like when you I knew someone before that she sang as well. But she was so hard on herself that she never released anything. You know what I mean? And she sang well, but she was so so afraid of being criticized by anybody else that she didn't want to sing anywhere else. She just kept it to herself, and I tried to push her, but she didn't want that, and she felt like
you gotta sing until somebody tells you shut the fuck up.
And I get told every day, right? So that means I'm doing something right.
Yes. Listen, it's nothing more beautiful. I'm gonna tell you this from my experience in life, right? There's nothing more beautiful that you overcome so much shit in life, so much obstacles, traumas, whatever the case may be, that you walk with a fucking certain tumbao that nobody can ever take away from you, bro.
No, yeah, definitely. It's generally I'm very humble, but the one thing, like people won't take away from me is my singing. Like no matter what anybody could say. Now I'm at a point where I feel like I tell myself like I'm pretty good. Like that's as far as I'll never. I feel like. And I will never exaggerate it where I'm like, yeah, I'm the best, da, da, da.
Nah, never
like
say
in my
no,
mindset. Yeah, in my mind, I feel like that.
Listen, you from New York, right? You from New York, right?
Better explain to them.
You from New York. So I can imagine majority of your life you've been a Yankee fan.
So it's more of a conflict thing. I don't know. Like in the beginning, I was more of a Mets fan throughout the whole day.
Well, let me tell you, Derek Jeter won 5 championships with the New York Yankees, right? Yeah. Alex Rodriguez only won 1. Mm-hmm. In those 5 championships, Derek Jeter never said he was the best.
Yeah, exactly.
The people said he was the best. Alex Rodriguez just won 1, and he's always saying he was the best. It's a big difference.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And plus, you're from New York. You got nothing to worry about, bro. Listen, I will tell you a quick story right before we go. I do jiu-jitsu, right? I do jiu-jitsu. I go to competition from time to time. And one day, I the last one I went, I saw this dude in a gi. You know, those gi, whatever, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker went in with Timberlands. Where everybody was in slippers and comfortable. This motherfucker went in Timberlands. And that's like New York cats have a special ways of tying their Timberlands, right?
Okay, yeah.
You went with Timberlands. If you look up a jiu-jitsu gi or any martial art type of gi, and then you just crop some Timberlands on him, and he walked in with the gi and a Yankee hat. Right, and I'm saying,
he won already.
That's it. I was like, I had like two of my classmates next to me, and they're like, "What the fuck is he wearing? He's gonna wear that here?" Talking smack. Like, I was like, "That motherfucker's from New York." Somebody's about to get an ass whip. It's not gonna be him. Yo, that match, I think it lasted like 4 seconds. He caught him in an armbar real quick.
Jesus.
But his Timberland's back on. But his hat back. Exactly. And he bounced. All right? Anyway,
yeah. Exactly. See, that's definitely New York.
Yeah. So you ain't got nothing to worry about, bro. But thank you for joining me, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, man. It's really an honor just to have you invite me to come to the show.
The doors are always open here. Whenever you want to come and talk shit or promote your music, doors always open.
I'll definitely come back. Hell yeah.
It's been an honor and a pleasure hearing your story. Thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
Before we go, tell the people where they can find you at.
Oh yeah, so my Instagram is Valeiron Music. Follow me there. You can catch within my link. You see where all my music is at. And I currently have 3 songs out right now. It's on all platforms. And once you follow me, you can stay in touch. So I'll keep you updated on any future performances or any projects that are coming out, which also my EP is coming out pretty soon. And I'll keep everybody updated as to when it's coming out. So yeah, man.
Boom, there you go. Make sure to DM him to get some merch. He's pre-ordering it.
Oh yeah, that's
thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Willie.
Have a good night, guys.